pretty cool.
Welcome back to the Jenna and Julien Podcast. Am I like good? Am I all set?
Nah, you sound great.
Good? You sound great.
I know.
Yeah, welcome back to the Jenna and Julien Podcast, where we talk about whatever the fuck we want. And instead of just putting it on Ustream, we decided to make it a thing that existed by itself so that you could watch it some other time. But we just sit here and drink and fucking hang out, and that's about it. And we got Ustream up. I don't know, whatever. This fucking Ustream podcast is brought to you by fucking no one.
It's brought to you by...
We don't play by any rules, and fuck the rules.
It's brought to you by our broken light over there.
Yeah, fuck that light, man. Fuck. All right, whatever. What do you want to talk about tonight, Julien?
I don't know. I think it's worth mentioning that probably like an hour ago, Kermit was in the living room, and I was over here setting up, and Jenna says, come here. So I like run over to see what Kermit was doing, and he was there. My mom, I think, my mom went to Italy or something, and she brought back this little doggy shirt that says Italia, but it's like for Kermit. It's really tight on him. It makes him look like he's busting out of it, and he hates clothing to start with. Like, he hates every piece of clothing we try to put on him. He was using his nose to like nudge it in the corner of this like basket so we could never find it. And that's what he does. Like, he tries to hide his clothes.
You uploaded a video on your channel.
It is on my channel. There's a video of him hiding his turtleneck.
Yeah, he takes his nose and he just pokes relentlessly. If you see him, he's just like poking his face in there as hard as he can over and over and over again. And then you'll be like, what is he doing? And you go look, and it's like a shirt. But I've only ever seen him do it with the turtleneck. But I started dying laughing because he's doing it to another shirt. Like, he's just trying to hide all of the clothes so he doesn't have to wear them.
Oh, my God. It's just like the funniest thing ever that he knows that that's the one way he can get out of wearing clothes. I know, but it's just like hiding it.
It's so sad because Kermit has like no fur, no body fat. Like, we live in Los Angeles, so it's not particularly cold. He was much colder when I lived with him in Boston, but like, he's definitely the type of dog that would, should appreciate like a warm shirt or sweater, and instead he just freaks the fuck out and hates it. Like, what's his deal?
I don't know.
And then he just demands that he be like in my shirt or wherever I am all the time.
Like, there's no doubt that he's cold. He just doesn't want to get warm by that method. He wants you to put him in your shirt or wrap him up. It's weird, man. It's funny though. He's so goofy. I love when he was doing that.
I want to know,
and
like,
just like
if you're
like a woodpecker.
I know. If you watch this on the YouTube channel, you gotta let me know if your dog has any like weird quirks like that. If they do something funny, because dogs are weird. Like, dogs are fucking. They have so much personality.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so fucking weird.
I'm very excited. I'm getting an Italian Greyhound. Maybe by the time you watch this, I might have her. But I'm really excited to see like what kind of quirks she'll have, like how her personality will be.
Yeah, you never
know. Because I know it's gonna be goofy, and
Puppies are like a box of chocolates. You never know if you're gonna get a raspberry one.
Ugh, a raspberry.
Those are my favorite.
Ugh. You buy that raspberry chocolate bar. You're like expecting fudge or cream, and there's a fruit inside there. Surprise! Just kidding. There's no dessert here. We're giving you fruit.
Isn't that a perfect analogy for a puppy? You're expecting fudge, except you get a fruit.
Like, one thing worse would be like broccoli-filled chocolate, but raspberries up there.
That sounds tasty.
Like,
maybe if it was salted broccoli chocolate.
I'm never eating broccoli again, ever.
Why?
Well, because I just dieted down, and all I ate was like greens, and I hate every single green I ate. I hate it.
Really?
It's like, when I have to eat it, I hate it. Like, the way I was forcing, I was like, I don't know if you saw me, but I was like taking mouthfuls of spinach dry. Like, I would get snacky, and I'd be like, okay, spinach time.
That was your problem, though. Sounds like your problem.
It's all my problems. That's why I'm talking about it. Get legs.
Get legs.
So earlier when we were setting up the Ustream and you were getting your makeup on, I was playing music on my computer, and this was hooked up because I had unplugged our headphones so they could hear my voice through the mic.
Yeah.
And so through the middle of the songs, I would just be like, get legs. And then
Sonia wrote
DJ Get Legs.
Really?
And I'd be like, it would be like the creepiest DJ ever. He doesn't even mix. He just creepily like whispers, get legs in the middle of the song.
DJ Get Legs.
Just in case every girl in the club wasn't creeped out, she will be when DJ Get Legs gets on the turntables.
DJ Get Fucked.
DJ, oh my God. DJ, turn around. Jesus.
Oh my God.
Sorry, you went there first.
DJ,
all right.
pull down your pants.
Oh. DJ, sign this consent form.
DJ, oh. DJ Creepy Jaw.
DJ Creepy Jaw. Oh, that's a good DJ Creepy Jaw.
Oh, you're listening to DJ Creepy Jaw.
It's like how DJ Khaled yells out his name. He's like, DJ Khaled. It would just be like,
we the best. Yeah, instead of doing that, you'd be like, I'm DJ. Here comes some. Get fucked.
Speaking of DJ Khaled, why don't you tell everyone
Oh my God.
about how...
See, this is why I'm so glad that we have this fucking podcast, man, that we started this, because I just have so many feelings all the time about DJ Khaled. Okay, so I follow him on Instagram. I'm pretty into the rap, hip hop, whatever world. I like to say that I keep up a lot better than a lot of people. Yeah. But so I'm fucking obsessed with DJ Khaled on Instagram. And before anybody takes this like way in the wrong direction, I like him, okay? I like DJ Khaled a lot, but he fucking just hits me in the fucking giggles on his fucking Instagram, because he'll just take like 700 pictures of him, like super creepy, like creeping around, and then he'll post like 5 or 6 videos in a row of him being like, we the best, I changed a lot, and like just so fucking weird. Like he'll be on a treadmill while he's saying that, like just 6 videos in a row. I'm out here working, man. I'm out here on this bike, man.
It's like a perfect impression.
Burning calories, man. We the best. DJ Khaled. And then it like cuts off and you're like, what are you doing, DJ Khaled? Like, I don't get it. My favorite was he posted a bunch while he was like in a hot tub, and he's like, I see you ladies. I see you out there. He's like, talking about his business. He's like, oh man, we the fucking best, man. We work so hard. And he's just kicked back in a fucking bubbling jacuzzi. And then he was like, here's my deal. I just signed this deal. He leans over the fucking jacuzzi. He signs this, like, you know, contract or whatever for the camera, for Instagram. But the way that he signed it, I think I watched that video 75 times.
He like scribbles.
He doesn't just scribble. It would be one thing if he just scribbled. Because a lot of people just scribble for their signature. Yeah. He like scribbled in a fucking circle and like went over it and over it and over it. Like he was signing this fucking thing for like 10 damn minutes. It was outrageous. We the best. Sign in a circle, sign in a circle, sign in a circle. Like he's just like doodling on a contract.
And it should be said that he's on the treadmill wearing like a sweatsuit. Like he's this 300-pound man, and he's on a treadmill, which is great. But he's wearing a sweatsuit and he's just extra sweaty. And then there's that video where he's like, you remember that video where he's like showing off his neck, like ligaments. He's trying to show off his traps.
He's like,
but
I never had that before.
Yeah, he's like, look at me. And he does this. And instead of like showing his traps, he like does this when your ligaments like come out of your neck. So fucking weird, like that.
Oh my God,
it's like a car wreck. You can't look away. You got to keep looking at his Instagram. That's how
I love it. No, because I'll be like outside and Julian will hear me laughing. He'll be like, "Are you watching DJ Khaled on Instagram?" I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I am.
Yeah, it's definitely a guilty pleasure.
Did you see him on like Sports Center or whatever when he was talking about?
Oh no, that was like First Take or something. No, it was when they were with the people behind him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were talking about LeBron James.
Oh my God.
And they were like, he was like, yeah, it was rigged. Like they did it. You know, it was a conspiracy theory that they turned the AC off so that LeBron couldn't fucking play. And so you're on a TV show, you know, it's not Twitter. You don't just throw out conspiracy theories.
Like you're on the desk now. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's like, no, I know this, man. Like, they did that to my boy LeBron. And whoever was interviewing him
Stephen A. Smith, I think.
Yeah, was like, oh, how do you know that? He's like, because I got word on the street. Like, the streets told me. And you're like, all right, dude, like, does anyone help you? Like,
nobody helps him, and nobody says no. My favorite part of that.
Nobody says, hey.
Yeah, he has all yes men around.
Hey, DJ Khaled.
My favorite. DJ, calm down. My favorite part of that whole interview, okay? If you haven't seen this, just look it up. Look up like DJ Khaled on Sports Center. My favorite part is like, okay, so there's like 3 or 4 anchors, like Stephen A. Smith. I don't even know who they are, but they're talking to him, right? And the interview starts out like, okay, he's this DJ, he's this music producer. Maybe he knows, a thing or two, and they're talking. And then at one point in the conversation, when he mentions this conspiracy and he starts sounding like a crazy person, you could see on all 3 of the anchors' face, they collectively were like, Oh, okay.
Oh, this is happening.
This is what this interview is going to be.
This
and it's like all at the same time. You see their demeanor just all collectively switch to like, okay, let's just survive this interview now. And it's really funny.
But there's been times, like, I feel like DJ Khaled and I have gone through a roller coaster relationship on Instagram. Because there's been times where I'm like, should I fucking unfollow him? Because I feel like at some points, I feel like I'm laughing at him.
Yeah.
But at other points, I'm like totally just like down with it and think it's amazing. It's quality entertainment. But sometimes I've gone through these like, I think I should just unfollow him because it's just taking up way too much of my time and like mental focus and energy to follow DJ Khaled on Instagram.
That's so funny how you put that. I feel like Instagram videos for me, like, they're such a hit or miss type thing. Like if it's just a person talking, like 99% of the time I'm too awkward or too like afraid to feel awkward that I'll watch my Instagram videos all on the feed on silent because I don't want to hear the audio. I'm afraid I'm just gonna like cringe and then feel weird. It has to take like a lot of interest for me to like hear an Instagram video with the sound on.
I don't disagree with that. I feel like most people do that. They turn their phone off because, you know, you're scrolling through looking at pictures and then all of a sudden, like I follow fucking Taz's Angels and like prostitutes basically, and all of a sudden it'll be like yeah, fucking fuck yeah, pussy, yeah, I can't wait to suck your dick for money. Oh, and then, you know, some poor person in a doctor's office is like, excuse you, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Fucking Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like when you're on Vine, you turn the volume on because you know what you're getting into.
Exactly. You're signing up for that. You're like, okay, Vine time. I'm going to listen.
Vine time.
But if you're like for me, it's like early in the morning before I'm like coffee's in me or
Ready
whatever. I'm just like, I can't hear some gamble. Like it's a gamble. If I'm going to feel this awkward early in the morning, I got to call it a day at like 10 a.m. I got to go back to bed and just, like there's I'm not going to mention who it is. There's this kid who's a family friend or whatever. And do you know the whole deal with Herbalife?
No.
Okay.
Am I supposed to?
No. I mean, maybe.
I don't know what that is. What's
Herbalife is this, well, let me preface it with, it's a pyramid scheme.
All right, preface. Keep prefacing.
So I don't know if you remember like Cutco or something like that.
Yeah, but knives. You sell knives.
Yeah. It's similar to that, but it's a supplement company.
I had
Herbalife,
an interview at Cutco when I was like,
my sister's boyfriend in high school worked for Cutco.
Really?
Yeah, he came to our house.
I read a post online. You know, getting a summer job in Rochester is a little tricky sometimes. There's not really a whole lot of jobs.
Not a lot to do. Yeah.
So that's why I wound up working at summer camps. But I thought that the application or like the job listing said Petco. Like
so
that's
you
how
like went into
I was like, you know, just scrolling and applying to anything. And
Yeah.
I thought it said Petco. I'm like, oh man, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
And then they called me and they're like, hey, this is so-and-so from Petco. And I thought it said Petco. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'd love to come in. And I sat there, you know, for their 4-hour fucking orientation / interview of everyone, and my face was just like, I think I'm lost.
Yeah.
Anyways, keep going.
No, that's it's similar to Cutco. It's called Herbalife. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching this have heard of it. It's a supplement company. I mean, basically, I don't even know exactly their product line, but I know it's along the lines of like a protein shake, like a meal replacement shake, like a protein bar, and then just like the typical like apparel from, you know. And what they do is they hire these young teenagers, you know, under 20, between like 15 and 20, to be part of teams. They call them teams, which is already a bad sign.
Yeah.
Like team, I don't know, like team 4F or something. But
Team, we don't have to pay you like more than minimum wage.
No, but the team, well, that's the thing. Like the teams they sound cooler than just like you're a sales associate. They sound cooler than that. Okay. Right. And another thing is, you know, as you start recruiting people, and all they do is recruit. They're like, who wants to be part of my sales team? Like that's the coolest thing for them, is to recruit and have a better team, which is a telltale sign of a pyramid scheme. You're recruiting people.
Yeah, it sounds like Mary Kay and all that shit.
Yeah, and like Verve and all these I mean, it's so, if you know the signs, which it doesn't take a lot to know, it's so blatantly out there. It's such a pyramid scheme. And I went on a huge tangent, but there's a kid on Instagram who all of his Instagram videos are him like, you know, I bettered myself today. Like, I'm part of this team. Who wants to be the next part of my team? And then he shows like pictures of like him in a limo on this like sales trip. And it's all like, oh my, this is like fucking Enron. This is a joke.
Yeah.
Like they are going to take you for such a ride. And you look like such a fool right now. Like there was a post on Reddit about Herbalife, and a bunch of people were commenting like, I've lost friends over Herbalife. Like some of my friends got into Herbalife and now they are just so goddamn unbearable. And they're so into this clearly just fucking scam that I can't even be around them anymore. It's like crazy.
It sounds like a cult.
It's very cultish.
Sounds like CrossFit.
It's very different than CrossFit.
I'm kidding.
It's just crazy though how scary it is to look at that and be like, you are a perfectly able human being and you don't see this as it is.
That's I don't know. I feel like as I've gotten older and you see like what people turn into and what they invest their time and energy in, it like I'm sure there's plenty of people that look at me and are just like cringing, like, oh, well, this is horrible. Like, what the fuck is she doing? But at least nobody's telling me what to do. I'm not working for anyone.
You're not recruiting.
And I'm not recruiting.
Yeah.
I go to bed at night feeling confident that like I'm doing something that's fun and funny and coming from a good place. But like the whole, when you see people and you don't really know what to say to them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's seriously, that's it.
It's
You
bizarre.
don't know how to approach
well,
it.
you would need, like, he would need to do something to you personally in order for you to ever say something. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just not worth it to be like, hey, man, this is your friend Julian. Just wanted to let you know that your life's getting really weird and I'm concerned about you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
and if he was a
you
closer friend, I would have to say something like that.
Right. Like, what would you do if it was your best friend?
Okay, I mean, you stage some sort of an intervention. You have to at some point tell it to him straight.
Herbalife intervention.
Here's the thing.
Our podcast is brought to you by Herbalife.
It sounds so ridiculous, Herbalife intervention, but this shit's fucking for real, man.
I know.
And if first of all, if I had a friend that I could call like my best friend,
straight up?
I'd tell him straight up. But first of all, I'd be so fucking scared that someone I picked to be my best friend is like getting caught up in something like fucking this. I mean,
it would
you gotta
make me question how smart my best friend is.
That's it. But I mean, you know, I followed this kid I'm talking about. I unfollowed him on Instagram because I used to follow him because he would post like workout or whatever. And he was just a family friend. Like I followed him. And then it became so like all too much.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, it's like a car wreck. You're like, oh, this guy's ruining his life. He's ruining his fucking time. I can't even watch this. There's no, it's like, there's no getting through to him right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't follow like everyone that I know because I don't know. I follow some of my closest friends on Instagram.
Yeah.
But like you follow on people more often than I do because I just don't really notice. You know what I mean? Like I'll just scroll through and just be like, ah, dude, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Like nobody's ever really pissed me off enough to unfollow them.
Good point. Yep.
You know what I mean?
It takes a lot. They have to strike that nerve.
What's the nerve that they have to strike in order for you to unfollow them? Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anything.
For me?
Yeah, for you. What's
good.
your line?
That's a good question. Well, here's one. If it's a weightlifting person I follow, because I go on the popular page or the explore page, and anyone who I like see as a weightlifter.
Yeah, it's not popular anymore. It's explore.
It's explore. So
you can't find people anymore.
It's different. It's a different experience.
I don't like it. I like popular page.
There are things I like. We can get to that in a sec. There are things I like about it and things I don't like about it. But one thing for sure is if I'm following a new weightlifting or maybe sometimes CrossFit person and they slam one bar onto the ground, unfollow. No question about it. If you slam the bar onto the ground, I hate that.
I don't get it. What do you mean?
Okay. Clean, jerk. Oh, it's a PR.
Oh, you throw it.
Slam it.
Right.
It's like,
okay,
yeah,
I
it's
see.
so obnoxious. It's so juvenile. It's so
like you're spiking a football, except it's like 200-300 pounds and you're being a dick.
The whole sport is like such a gentleman's like basic like pure sport, and you're gonna fucking take it to the level of looking like a giant.
You also just time out for a second. You also need to clarify that within your sport, bumper plates, it's acceptable to drop them.
That is good.
Because
absolutely.
Hold on, let me finish. Because you can like let them go because you can hurt yourself if you are setting it down after you lift it up. The bumper plates are rubbery, they're bouncy for a reason for you to be able to do that. So we're not talking about just dropping the weights. We're talking about blatantly throwing it down and then being like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm an alpha male.
Yeah, no, that's a good clarification point.
Okay, so anyways.
The sport, it's
so if someone slams the bar,
well, yes,
that's your line to unfollow them.
Yeah, I mean, it's proper technique to have a bar all the way above your head loaded with weight to drop it all the way to the ground. People comment on my Instagram and say, oh, you just dropped the bar like a douche. No, I'm not going in and getting full metal cast iron plates, dropping them on wood floor at a gym. Like this is the sport. That's how you do it. It's the technique. What I'm talking about is when you hit a big lift or you're really happy about it, and you're holding the weight above your head, whether it's a snatch or a jerk or whatever, and you yell, and then you lift your feet off the ground, and then you like propel the weight down as
like
fast as you. No, it looks like an ape. You look like an ape.
Yeah, no, I know.
And I don't know what it is. Like, there are some lifters that are world-class lifters that do that sometimes, and I just don't know what it is. I can't deal with it. It makes me so angry. Like, they slam it on the ground. It's so disrespectful. Like, I don't even want to get in it. All right, that's one of my things. I'll unfollow someone instantly if they do. Instantly. I'm trying to think of other things that I would unfollow people for.
I just feel like I never get that far.
Yeah.
Like, if someone personal, like, I've definitely unfriended someone on Facebook if I, like, can't stand them. Like, I literally cannot fucking stand them.
Yeah.
But I don't even go on Facebook enough to ever get to that point.
Yeah.
Have you ever unfollowed someone because you just didn't like what they were posting anymore?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that noise?
I think that's the TV. Should I go turn it off? I can go turn it off.
If you want to. Yeah. I'll talk for a second.
Yeah, go.
All right, Julie's got to turn off the TV because it's fucking annoying. This podcast brought to you by We Left the Fucking TV On. Yeah, on Instagram, Twitter, though. On Twitter, I think I've never unfollowed anybody, like, ever. People are like, you unfollowed me. I'm like, no, I didn't. I know I didn't unfollow you because I've never unfollowed anybody.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think it's just a ploy so that I'll follow them.
Yeah.
But even if they just said, can you follow me? I would follow them.
Yeah.
If I see it. I follow everyone.
Yeah.
That I can.
Yeah.
It only allows you to follow 1,000 people a day, which is annoying.
No, you're awesome about it. You follow a lot of people.
Yeah, but they'll be like, you unfollowed me. I'm like, bitch, no, I didn't. You telling me I'm a liar?
No, Twitter does these things, though. They unfollow and follow people for you. Like, it's happened to me before.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Where I clicked, like, a long time ago, I would follow someone, and then I'd go back to their profile months later, and I wouldn't be following them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's definitely happened multiple times.
What the
And it's
hell,
really
man?
awkward because people are like, what did I do? And you're like, nothing.
Are you mad at me?
Yeah. I don't really know. I mean, aside from obnoxious things in sport and weightlifting, I don't really unfollow people that much. I don't follow too many people. I don't follow weightlifting people, follow my friends. Not too much else. Yeah.
I know some people, like, if I was given the time and to really weed through, that I would unfollow, only because they're just, like, way too much on their own Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I hate people that hashtag rise and grind and then tell you fucking everything that they're doing. I hate people that hashtag, like, doing big things and, like, my future is so amazing. Like,
hashtag big things.
I just can't stand it. Do you know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
Because I feel like, you know, it's wonderful to be proud of yourself for accomplishments, for doing things. We're all happy for you, but,
or to
like,
feel motivated.
When you tell me, like, some of these people I've known since early college, when you tell me, like, every day hashtag rise and grind, doing big things, and you still live at home with your parents, I mean, at what point are you just gonna stop hashtagging rise and grind? You're not grinding.
You're
grinding your coffee.
You're grinding your parents' coffee. It's a minor.
Some of them are fucking 27 years old. Like, grow up, man.
Well, I think it's just, it's a minor delusion. You know what I mean? They actually
maybe there's some other issues also.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like if you're living at home, you're that old.
Hashtag catch your dreams.
You're being supported. You're being supported, and you think posting that is appropriate.
Sonia says hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. That's my favorite one.
I think that can be used in really great, like, a comedy sentence.
I've used that before. I forget when, but hashtag blessed can be really funny.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah, no, the whole rise and grind thing, the whole big things come in, or haters can't get me down. Like, it's just, all right, come on, stop. Yeah. Just stop.
It's only cute if it's like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody. Like Lil Debbie. Do you know who Lil Debbie is on fucking...
No.
I love her. I love Kreashan. I love that whole fucking crew. You know I do.
Yeah.
What's the other one? V Nasty.
V Nasty. I had a feeling she was going to be part of that.
Nasty. Dude, I fucking love them.
How did I know?
But, like, just Lil Debbie can do no wrong in my eyes. So if she says, you know, fucking hashtag fuck haters and shit like that, like... that doesn't bother me at all.
She's the exception to the rule.
Well, there's people like her. Yeah. See what I'm saying? She's not obnoxious. She's really doing her own fucking thing. Yeah. And you can't even hate on her because she has incredible hair all the time. She just goes so hard. Yeah. And I fucking love her.
Well, great. She's. I mean, you've shown.
I'm explaining that there can be an exception to rise and grind.
Absolutely.
And fuck you, haters.
Well, absolutely. I mean, of course there's an exception because there's got to be someone that all these fucking dopes are copying.
Dopes.
Right? They're doing this thinking that they're looking like someone who they know, right? They're like, oh, I'm going to use that example, V Nasty or whoever. They're like, oh, they're successful. They have this many followers. They have this many albums, whatever. They hashtag rise and grind. Maybe if I do that, I could be viewed the same way. But it's
so
like,
you're saying it's a learned behavior?
Well, it's the age we live in. It's
someone that they look up to is using that language in an effective way to make someone think that should also describe them.
Yeah, you're idolizing someone in the way they act on social media. So you think if you act that way, then you're going to cut all the corners and just kind of become that person or where they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's almost like if you like follow pro athletes on social and right, and you see kind of their tendencies, and then you start copying them, but you're a high school JV player. It's like, yeah, you're writing the same thing.
Posting pictures of you like clapping your fucking chalk in the air.
It's like you're not LeBron. You're doing exactly. I mean, that picture is great.
And then you go to tennis practice later.
If you put it side by side with LeBron's, I'm telling you, that is a great shot. Like it's a great picture, but.
I like it if it's funny. I don't like it if it's serious.
But it's never ironic.
Okay.
It's always like...
I agree with you. Speaking of high school sports, there were like how many kids that you fucking... Because we were both athletes. We played baseball, softball all the way through college. Yeah. I did 3 sports, although one of them I'm not sure you might consider a sport. I did diving, bowling, and softball. Bowling's the best fucking sport ever. Bowling's whatever. Fun.
We got to go bowling again soon.
What sports did you play?
Baseball.
Just baseball in high school for JV and varsity?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's always kids that it's not funny. They're not like excited to play. They're just on their own fucking dick. They're just on their own dick, and it's so fucking obnoxious. Yeah. And I am just thankful that when I was in high school, I didn't have to have some online way where I needed to see any more of their fucking life than them at practice. Yeah. Like, you're so fucking full of yourself all the time, and I hate you as it is. Yeah. I would fucking be furious if I had to see them on my newsfeed and I had to follow them because they're my teammate. I'd rather not, bitch. I'd rather fucking not.
Well, are you talking about the people who like ride the bench, but then they tweet pictures of their jerseys?
That's like those fucked people? Up. That's
like, hey, check out this fresh jersey. It's got my name on it. Although I just rode the bench for 3 straight doubleheaders.
Oh my God, Julian. No, that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about kids that think that they're the best,
actually really great.
They're the best in the state, and they're not. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you have no state titles. You're not going to college on a scholarship. Yeah. You're not doing anything like that. You need to fucking get a reality check.
It's obnoxious.
It's kind of obnoxious.
It's obnoxious. Especially when everyone else in the entire world, especially everyone else in the entire team, is looking at you like you're a fool.
Right. But I feel like those are the people that I can think of in my brain that would post a picture of themselves next to LeBron and be like, hashtag, we're the same person.
Hashtag, on the road to greatness.
Yeah, greatness. Like, bitch, please.
Yeah.
Bitch, please. There's no egos in bowling, I'll tell you that much.
If you could kindly hop off your own dick, that'd be nice.
Bowling's an incredible sport because fucking everybody's just there to kick it.
Yeah, bowling's fun. Dude, I've never played competitively, obviously.
Yeah, it was a great sport. It was a fantastic sport.
Except when I beat you.
The best experience. You beat me like in one game.
She's really good. She beat you.
And I didn't have my ball or my shoes. Let's not forget about that.
What's an artist without their tools? You're right. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry.
I beat you with a plastic ball. You beat me one fucking time. If I had my ball, game over.
I should not have
brought that up. It has my name on it. It has my name on it.
That was a hit to my ego.
There's 2 trophies over there that say most ideal teammate. That's pretty awesome.
That's a great trophy. Most ideal teammate.
Isn't that nice though? But that's the type of sport that bowling is. You get an award. Like, obviously we would get awards for being good, but like I was sort of middle of the road. I wasn't that good. And you get a fucking award for most ideal teammate. What a sport, man.
I like how they worded it. Most ideal team. I mean, most of the that's what it was when baseball, high school, whatever, Little League, anytime there was like the MVP, there was like the slugger, there was like the pitcher award, and those were all like
Golden Glove.
Yeah, exactly. Those were all like distinct. You have a skill, and that's why you get this award. And then there was the coaches award, and I got that.
Bullshit.
I got that once. My brother got that a couple times, I think. But it's basically the coach is like, hey man, you suck. I feel bad for you. Why don't you take this trophy? And then that's what it was. But the way they worded most ideal teammate would have been so much more constructive for that.
I know.
Most ideal teammate. That means you are the one everyone wants on your team. You're basically the MVP without even being the MVP.
Yeah,
it's a
I was
great
the
way
captain.
It's brilliant.
I was the captain, not that great. I'm not offering some big scores for the team over here,
Yeah.
but I'm really good at fucking making everybody else happy and have a great time.
Yeah.
And I got rewarded for that, which I thought was incredible in a way that made me feel really good
Yeah.
as a 16-year-old girl.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Plus, it also helps when you get an award like that. You can't help but be like, yeah, fuck yeah, thanks, friends. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only fucking
Yeah.
5 of us on a team.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I didn't even have a bowling team in high school. That's really cool.
Me,
You, praise.
We do this all the time. Like whenever you get excited about something, you're like, oh, I did this or whatever. And me and Julian will go like, you, praise.
And then the
other
person
one,
will be like, me.
No,
yeah.
not like that. It's like you do it like a little like self-affirmation chain. Like me.
AKA we act like children and it's awesome.
Yeah, but that's unlike fucking posting your own picture next to LeBron.
Yes.
Because it's a joke.
It's a joke. We're doing it ironically.
Me.
You, praise.
Yeah.
Praise. Yes.
Yeah,
you. Good,
yeah,
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that got weird.
That was why. It's probably because there's a camera.
Ow, my ear itches.
How do I ear?
How that ear?
How do I ear? I think there should have been a word called the most legs.
That got the most legs. You know what? In college, I won an award. When you're talking about sort of like what?
I'm listening.
Oh, I thought you were making a face like something bad was happening.
I did make a weird face.
I got an award called the Glue Award, which is sort of bullshit, but it's on a plaque. It's somewhere. I think it's over there. But it was basically like, when the shit hits the fan, you're the only one fucking holding the dick together.
My God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The Glue Award.
Yeah.
What if they gave awards to like kids and families with like parents who argued and they're like the Glue Award? Every time your parents argue, you make them happy again. Here's the Glue Award. Oh my God. That was dark. I don't know why I said that.
It's true though. Like I felt like that a little bit at my brother's wedding. I told you that.
Yes, you did. That's exactly a perfect example.
My brother's, a little bit busy that day getting married and stuff. I feel like my family has not any more than any other family. Just some relatives that might not get along, like on sides of families and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Things that happened before you were born or fucking whatever. And that it's sort of your job because you're the child, you're the peacemaker, like everyone looks forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost fucking 30 years old, but somehow I'm still like the baby. Like there's no young kids in our family, in my family. It's all like we were sort of the youngest. Yeah. I have one cousin who's like 21, but like there's no kids.
Yeah.
And so it was sort of like my responsibility because my brother was, busy getting married.
Yeah, something to do apparently.
To sort of walk around and make sure that all my family was like fucking happy and not at each other's throats, and that's what I felt like. I should have won the Glue Award for my brother's wedding.
Well, you did. It was an unofficial Glue Award. They just sent you a stick of glue in the mail. Here's some of you. Your glue.
Thanks for keeping the relatives entertained. Oh, you're welcome.
I remember, like, you were like, I'm really sorry I couldn't take you to this, but I needed to be there to be the glue.
I needed to focus my energy on
bigger and better and greater things for the greater good of my family.
Well, I also don't see them a lot. It wouldn't have been a fun wedding for you to be at because, like, I don't see my family, like, aside from my mom and that sort of thing. Like, I don't see my family because they live in Rochester. Most of them are Massachusetts. Yeah. So I needed to go.
No, I mean, I understood it.
Do the catch up. Catch up legs.
Oh, we had some burgers tonight. Those were good. Huh?
Yeah, we did have cheeseburgers for
Okay. PSA: if you ever decide to get legs and become a genius and put crispy little bits of bacon in your mac and cheese, just know that you're never going to be able to eat mac and cheese by itself ever again. Because I did that last night. Yeah. And I can't eat mac and cheese now.
So last night I went out with Tyler Oakley, and we haven't had like an opportunity really to hang out together that much. Like we have known who each other are, obviously, and say hello whenever we're in the same event. YouTube Fan Fest, Sydney, Singapore, VidCon playlists, that sort of thing. But like we haven't really gotten to like spend time to hang out and get to know each other, which is something for me personally is really important before I like collab or like do anything like that. I need to like know them a little bit as a human being, and even just to know if I like want to go down that road of friendship. Because I think just because you have the same job doesn't necessarily mean that you should just be fucking best friends. But I really wanted to hang out with Tyler and get to know him. And we had a fucking fantastic time last night. Like, we hit it off. Like, he's a fucking cool-ass dude. And I was telling Julian, like, you know, Tyler wanted to go have some drinks. And I texted Tyler, like, should I get an Uber or not? Like, he was like, meet me for a drink. And I'm like, how's
this
drinks?
Evening going to be?
Yeah, like, what exactly is going to happen here? So, you know, I'm texting Julian like, oh, you know, we're just having another drink. And then before you know it, we're like 3 drinks in. We're going to see someone sing in another bar. I'm like, oh, you know what? This is just, it's beyond me at this point. But we had a great fucking time. And then I was texting Julian because I hadn't eaten dinner.
Yeah, she skipped dinner because she got home from her workout and was like, okay, time to get done up. I got to go soon.
And I was like starving and like getting too drunk because I hadn't eaten.
Feeling every ounce of alcohol in your cup.
Feeling all the elk. And so I get home at like 2:30 in the morning or something because it was far away. And
I had just fallen asleep, like just right before you got home. And
Julian had made me a pot of macaroni and cheese. And I ran into the room. I was like, Julian, like, wake up. I'm sorry that I stayed out so late. And I got drunk like a drunkie. And he was like, hey, I made you some macaroni and cheese like you wanted. Except there's a surprise in it. It's crispy. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I love surprises. What do you mean? So I go in there and I open this fucking pot of macaroni and cheese and there's fucking bacon in it. There's pieces of fucking bacon in macaroni and cheese. It was Annie's. It's like the purple box.
Yep.
The white cheddar shells. Like I thought I had died and gone to heaven. And it was so good that I really don't think that I can ever just eat macaroni and cheese without bacon.
Like, you can't go back. I'm sorry.
It's so good. It's salty. It's crispy. It's oh my God.
And it should be noted that this bacon was pepper crusted bacon. So there's pepper on the outside of the cut. And I spent I was like a nice little housewife that night. I spent like a good 10 minutes
so sweet,
chopping
Julian.
them up. I was like nice fine pieces, and then I crisped them on the pan, and then let them soak in that little grease. And then when her pot of mac and cheese was done, I just tossed it in there, and then I was like, all right, she's gonna be happy. Well, because I mean, I'm not gonna let you tell me I'm starving, I'm getting so drunk, and not do anything. Like, I couldn't go give you food. I had to, but you know, fast forward to the point we're trying to make. You eat bacon in your mac and cheese, you'll never eat bacon not in your mac and cheese.
Good sentence.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm good at sentences.
Good sentence.
Thanks.
You.
Me.
See, that's a perfect example of how that goes.
That was totally natural. That would happen if the camera was not on.
You. If ever there's someone that you care about in your life, whenever they say something,
just say you.
Yeah, go, good work, good.
Good work.
You,
we compliment each other's burps. We say, good burp. And we're like, thanks, me.
I know. I was like, we were laughing. Like, if there's ever a small human around, and like, I can't stop saying good burp. Like, I said it to Ryan Higa. I remember at his house.
I said it to Ryan Higa, and he said,
burp.
Thanks. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just fucking said that.
I know, because you can't stop saying it. You can't stop being like, good burp.
Yeah.
And like, if ever there was like a little kid around, the poor thing would just think that burping is so wonderful, because we're always like, good burp. Good burp.
Yeah, when?
Good burp.
Good burp. We say it to the dogs too when they like have that weird burp sound. Kermit just like gags. Good gag, Kermit.
Good gag.
Good scarf down of my food and gag. Good.
Good.
You're a good dog.
You're a good boy.
Just go hide some more of your clothes and steal our food, and you're a great dog.
He's a shifty dog.
Oh, I love Kermit.
He's mine.
I'm gonna get my own motherfucker, and she's gonna be mine.
I know.
Oh, I'm gonna eat her like a peach. Ow.
Don't eat dogs. That's fucked up.
I'm gonna eat her.
That's fucked up.
People eat dogs.
Julian.
They do. I'm just saying.
Are you just raising her to get her fat and then eat her?
I'm gonna plump her up.
That's so fucked. How are you gonna cook her? Oh my God.
I'm gonna eat her raw like a peach.
Julian.
All right, this is all a joke, everyone. I'm not gonna eat my dog. God. I
bet you taste good with like some barbecue sauce.
I could just lick barbecue sauce off of her. Except it's too sweet.
All right, we need to stop while we're ahead with this.
We can cut that part out.
We
could just say, brought to you by people who eat dogs. Good legs.
I know we have so many great sponsors, including Cannibals.
Sponsored by my empty bottle of cider. Empty.
I was talking to
Look
Tyler.
Look at your local store for empty, and you could have a good empty.
I was talking to Tyler last night. I think he's doing a podcast too, and he's like, "Do you have a sponsor?" I was like, "What?"
Maybe
no?
someday when we know how to act right.
I don't know how to act right.
We don't know how to act right.
Like,
we come on here not acting right. So if a sponsor wants to sponsor someone who acts like a child and doesn't act right, yeah, we'll fucking take that.
No, that was sort of the whole thing with when I was, listening to people. I never really listen to people. And I just never want to do anything that someone tells me.
Is that a sentence, like a standalone sentence? I never really listen to people? Sorry.
No, I'm talking about in terms of YouTube.
I'm fucking with you. Sorry. It was a good opportunity. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Girl.
Hey.
But someone, not in a position of power, but in a position of like trying to help me, was like, have you ever considered just like not swearing in your videos? Because I think it would be like more brand friendly. Now, mind you, I don't do any fucking brand deals because I just can't. Like I just feel really conflicted about it, and there's lots of people that do like an amazing job doing it, but it's definitely a skill. Do you know what I mean? To integrate a brand naturally in a way that's doesn't seem like a commercial.
It's got to align with you as a person.
Right, but I'm just terrible at it, and still to this day I've never really had an opportunity where I felt like something was a good fit because I just can't. I'm just bad at it. I'm just bad. But I was thinking about that when Tyler was like, "Do you have a sponsor?" And I was like, "No, like we're just going to do it live, I guess. Like, well, why would I need a sponsor? Like, I don't know anything. I told you already when we started the show. I don't know anything about podcasts. I don't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all we want to do is record our fucking conversations that we're having anyways. Yeah. But I can only imagine that it would be the same thing about anything as it is with my YouTube channel, where it's like, well, maybe if you didn't swear and talk about such like horribly like inappropriate things sometimes, maybe someone would sponsor you. But I don't give a fuck.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like,
if I gave a fuck, maybe I would fucking, I don't know, be good at that shit. But
no, it's not even about that. It's like
don't give a fuck.
It's like Jenna as a person and Julien. Now I'm involved in this, like officially as a person. We don't like. I mean, we don't have any urge to act, as normal or as confined as most other people on, in this sort of realm. And if say a company comes along and they're like, their whole thing is like no holds barred, like we want to be raw and we want to sponsor your podcast because you're real and we don't care you swear, all the power to them. You know what I mean? That makes sense. But it's like if Coca-Cola was like, all right, we'll sponsor you if you don't say this, you don't say, it's just like, okay, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. We won't do that. That's
sort of the thing though that people don't always realize unless you're like in the world, is that, the more money that they're offering you or the more money that they want to invest,
the more fine print.
Yes, the more they want to control what your content is, which I feel like it's easier for me to just be like, nope, can't do it. Sorry. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time on Wednesdays. I don't have enough foresight to really fucking make videos happen where I could tell them, they want a week or more, a month ahead in advance, like what you're going to be doing. And I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know. Like, do you trust me or do you not trust me? Sounds like you don't trust me. Therefore, I don't want to do it. So thank you.
Seriously. And I'm convinced, like, in a hypothetical situation, if you were to take, say, a sponsor that did want to control you, and in a video where you were sponsored by them and you didn't even mention that you were sponsored, people would be able to tell because of how you're acting. It's like you're so one way. So if anything were to affect that, it's any single fan of Jenna Marbles is going to be like, okay, right away, something's off. You know what I mean? So they don't.
People have a threshold for it too. Like I feel like there's a lot of YouTubers and people in Vine or that sort of thing that do brand deals, which I think is fantastic because they can do it in a way that makes sense for them and is not offensive to their audience. Yeah. But there's definitely a threshold for an audience member before you're like, all right, dude, like, are you going to fucking make anything except for commercials now?
That's what they are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're commercials.
Like, I get it. You got to make your money and go on with your bad self.
Yeah.
In order to do it and in order for you to keep existing for us, because I'm selfish and I want to see you. Like, especially Vine. I'm like, I get it because there's no AdSense. There's no way for them to monetize.
You understand.
And it's really, I understand why they do brand deals and why they have to be integrated and they have to do them as sort of flat rates. And they do need, I imagine, like, those people would like family-friendly content. Like, they're not just giving money and, you know, asking to put their brand on something that might be, like, really fucked up.
Yeah.
But I get it. I respect it. But sometimes I feel like it goes too far. You know what I mean? Where you're like, well, what happened to just use a person? And then I think it breaks that barrier of trust when they do it. Like, I don't trust you anymore. I thought you were real. And what the fuck is this shit?
I think it's a good point.
You know?
Yeah. And I think people try to pull a lot of fast ones. They're like, all right, you know, if I take Hanes and I start wearing Hanes undershirts and I say it a couple times in the video, they won't notice. And then it builds from that into something else. And it's like, soon enough, you're just a walking commercial.
Well, I mean, in my experience, at least for YouTube, they want, like, more than one video. You know, they'll offer you, you know, whatever for a video to do it. But then sometimes they'll be like, we want you to mention it in 3 videos over the next 2 weeks. And you're like, all right.
All on your main channel.
Yeah. And that doesn't make any sense because I don't even upload one, like, more than once a week. Or they'll be like, you know, you need to tweet 6 times, Facebook post 6 times, fucking. And I'm like, cool, all right, fine. You know what? Let's fucking negotiate. Can I do them all at 5:30 in the morning, all in a row? Because fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just bad at it.
Yeah.
I'm bad at it because I just.
Because you're real, and that's not. It's not in your kind of nature to do that.
Yeah, but sometimes it's good. Sometimes people are really good at it.
I don't disagree at all. I think every single, you know, rule like this has an exception. There's always a situation where it makes sense. Like I said, like if there was a sponsor that wanted nothing to change, wanted only to just you be you, then it would be more, you know, sensible.
They say that though in the beginning, and then they decide further along the process that they would really, you know, like you to do it differently.
Yeah.
And
that's good. You always got to keep control. That's what you. If anyone can learn from anyone, it's you. You can learn from Jenna. Keep control. Don't ever give up control.
Yep.
Well done. Control.
Legs.
Control your legs.
Control your fucking legs.
Get them and then control them. As soon as we get those shirts, I'm gonna wear one on the podcast.
You do. Legs. I want to wear Get Legs.
I wore your What Are the shirt to work today.
Aww.
Yeah, I got a couple looks. People were
those
like,
are fucking cute.
It's a really good looking shirt. It's a good looking shirt. And I'm telling you, like, it's all about the shirt. Like, an American Apparel, like, the way it fits in your body, it just looks so much better than, like, cheap shirts. You can tell right away when people are wearing cheap shirts. Sorry, tangent.
Yeah. No, we were talking about fucking District Lines. I like District Lines. They're nice people. They make playlists.
To clarify, those are the people who make your merch or sell your merch.
Yeah. But, like, I don't do merch to fucking make money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do them because people want them to exist, and then we try and make them to exist. But it kind of just, the whole process just sort of takes so long, where I know for a fact, because of previous work experience, that it could take a fucking day and they could be out. Do you know what I mean?
It takes
so
long.
It's kind of annoying when I'm like, hey, it's Jenna. I'd really like a shirt that says Get Legs, because I know like 3 people that want them.
Yeah.
So I want them to exist. And they'll be like, all right. And they'll send me over all these fonts. I'm like, no, just plain. Just Get Legs. That's it. Like, don't overcomplicate this. I just want to say fucking Get Legs.
Yeah.
Like a bold, regular font. That's it. Done. Can we make it? And then it's like, oh, well, you approve it. And then we make them. And then we fucking take forever. And then we suck our own dicks. And then we suck your dick. And then we suck each other's dicks. And then dicks.
Whole lot of nonsense. Could be a lot easier.
I mean, it could. But I don't know. I just want a shirt that says Get Legs really
Just
bad.
a plain
because I'm selfish.
It's going to be dope. When we get it, I mean, who knows? But when we get them, it's going to be cool. Get Legs.
I want like a bunch of them.
I want a black one. I love black t-shirts. Black is my color.
I also want a black one. Like, we don't even know what colors they're going to come in yet.
All right, you know what? Enough of this. I'm taking control. Tomorrow, I'm calling District Lines. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind.
Excuse you. We need shirts that say Get Legs, or else we're going to write them on
and we need them on our doorstep.
Now.
Tomorrow.
Explain what Get Legs means to anyone that is watching this and doesn't know
already. I'm pretty sure it originates from golf, where you hit the ball or you putt the ball and it stops.
I know it from baseball.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know from baseball, but I'm pretty sure it's starting golf, where you hit the ball and it's slowing down. You're like, get leg. You're telling the ball to get legs, like if it were to get legs and walk a little further because you want it to go further. I learned it in baseball. Jenna learned it in softball, where you hit the ball and it's like almost over the fence or it's almost somewhere, and you're like, get legs, ball. You're like yelling at the ball, get legs.
Or if you're running the bases, get legs.
Get legs. You're stealing a base. Someone's trying to throw you out. Get legs. But recently, I just decided to start saying it again.
To everything.
And then
get legs.
Get legs. I love it. It's just such a great saying. And then we used it in one of your videos after that, where we were like, get here, in the slow blink video.
Get legs.
You can't explain it. You just got to go watch that video.
Get legs.
Make sense of it. Even then, you won't understand it because it's funny and ridiculous. But yeah, get legs. I love get legs.
Get legs. I love Cermet.
Get
them legs. Will you please then get them legs?
We should make another shirt where it's like a watering picture and then just Kermit. And this, what do you Cermet? Like 3 people would buy it.
Right? We would just have to send one to Sonia.
Sonia needs one. I mean, that picture of GSP. I mean, Sonia's talented.
We're talking about people that are like super hardcore internet friends.
Yeah.
And they're just fucking in on all this shit.
Yeah.
Like Sonia is one of those people. We would need to send Sonia a shirt that says "What they are Cermet."
So ridiculous, but it's awesome that we have like the really small group of people who get every single joke that comes out of our mouth.
Yeah, I want to. Okay, for example, I want to clarify where water or Cermet comes from. I had uploaded a video, and I try my best to read as many comments as I can for a while on the actual YouTube channel. It gets a little overwhelming when you're looking at all of your social medias and you're like, there's so many things to read right now. But someone, like, obviously some of the most ridiculous, I would say, sentences as comments come on YouTube videos.
Yes.
You're just like, what fucking planet are you on? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, how do you even survive as a human?
Yep.
So this one comment said, is Kermit, but it was spelled CERMET. Like that person thought in their brain, Kermit. Okay, CERMET. Done. It is Kermit. Next, okay, if you wrap your head around fucking that. And that's not even the first time that I've seen someone spell Kermit like that. CERMET. What is your brain doing today? Are you all right? After that, it said, is Cermet going to grow? That's it. That's all the comments said. And I just had like the giggles that day. And I just was like in tears laughing. I was fucking dying because we turned it into this weird voice that we do for Kermit sometimes. We're like, hello, I'm Kermit. Like, what are this?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, is Kermit going to grow? Like we were doing it as the person commenting. Like, hello there. I have been watching this channel for quite some time now. I feel like your dog, Cermet, he has been around the same size for quite some time and he's not growing.
I am very concerned.
Is he going to grow? And then we would just say it back and forth like, have you been feeding your Cermet? Have you been watering him and making sure that he gets plenty of sunlight? Because I'm very concerned if he's going to grow or not.
Oh my God. It's the funniest thing in the whole world.
So there's some people that have made these pictures that are like just, watering can with Kermit in it. And Sonia put fucking like one of those bubbler, those little automatic like watering things. Pet waterer. And like the Kermit toy in it. He's like, I'm watering my Cermet.
And it's just like such a small, ridiculous joke. But the way we built off of it is just so funny. Water your Cermet.
I just couldn't get over like what that person was thinking.
It's funny enough to start a whole genre of humor, which is what it did.
I know, and there's plenty of funny comments on YouTube. There's ones that are way funnier than that. I just, for some reason that day, just had the sillies. And was like, is Cermet going to grow?
Are you watering your Cermet? Are you giving him appropriate amounts of water? He needs to be growing. His Cermet is very undersized.
I know. And if I could animate at all, this is what I really wanted to do. I wanted to make a video
of Cermet.
Of how to take care of your Cermet. Like, okay, first, you take your Cermet and you need to make sure he's in a very hot room. And in that hot room, he's in the hot bed. And then you give him some chicken to make sure that he grows.
And then you water him and you put him outside in the sunlight. And at the end of the day, you put him in the incubator and make sure he grows.
Yeah, put him in the incubator.
All right, you know what? Enough. We're giving you all our material. That's going to be in a video when Jenna learns how to animate.
Someday.
I'll
figure out what to do with it. I just want it to be a thing. You know what I mean? Because I love it.
It's a great fucking joke. And
are you going to water your Cermet?
Are you going to water your Cermet? I just love it because Kermit is like so clearly full size. Like he doesn't look like a puppy, and he is an Italian gray. I mean, it's like, no, he's not growing.
I know, and the person was probably just like a 13-year-old that was like
probably like a 9-year-old.
Is he gonna? Is it gonna get any bigger? Or is he full size? Because I get asked that all the time.
It was probably such an innocent question, but the way we made fun of it is just
the way that I read it and just like I just had this fucking like giggles, like so many giggles.
So funny.
People ask me that all the time in person. Is he full size? Is he gonna grow? And I'm like,
that's a greyhound, right? He's a baby. No,
no, he's
dude,
not a baby.
He's a full size fucking dog. His feet are like this big. He's not a puppy. Like he's so. All right.
No, but I think it was just funny that I just read it and that was that. Now is Dan Cermet going to grow? Because I think that you should water him.
You need to be watering your Cermet. You need to be taking less water in for yourself and putting some more on top of your Cermet while he's in the sun. Plant him.
Oh my god.
The Cermet.
The Cermet.
The Cermet.
Cermet. All right. Are we done here?
I think I don't know. What do you feel? You feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I think it was good. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll be back with another podcast very soon. And now we are gonna go collect all the water into land and put it on our Cermet. We love you guys. Subscribe. We'll be back soon.